Based on ABO classification, there are 4 main blood types. There's type A, type B, type AB, and type O. Welcome to the first video of my series, What You Should and Should Not Be Eating. I'm providing everyone with the information that they need to build a diet that is specific for their needs. And in this part of the series, I'm going to be giving you the information that you need to choose foods that are specific for your blood type. This video is for my type A's. So if you're A positive or A negative, this video is for you. The earliest known human ancestors were hunters and gatherers. Type A's are said to be the blood type that branched off from them when they started to farm. Type A's naturally have low stomach acid as compared to the other blood types. This means that they don't digest meat or dairy as well and thus should avoid it. If vegan, plant-based, vegetarian, or pescatarian diets come very easily for you, you may be a type A. Type A's do very well with diets that are very high in whole grains. Chicken, turkey, and certain fishes like salmon, red snapper, and cod could be very beneficial. Type A's are called the vegetarian for a reason because they thrive on vegetables and alkaline fruits. They should avoid tropical fruits like mango, papaya, coconut, and melons. Type A's can tend to suffer with iron deficiency anemia because their diet does not support them eating the biggest sources of heme iron, including red meats. Burdock root is one of the herbs that is approved for them to take. So burdock root may actually assist in raising their iron levels. And you need vitamin C to keep your iron levels high. So vitamin C and burdock root, put it together. If you're type A, I hope you found this helpful. Comment if you would like me to put this in written to what you should and should not be eating. In the previous episodes, we learned about how each blood type should be eating to make sure that they maximize the nutrients that they're getting. This based on the research of Dr. Peter D. Adamo. The foods that each blood type is and is not supposed to be eating is largely connected to the amount of stomach acid they naturally produce. And the amount of stomach acid is a pretty good indicator of what they can and cannot digest. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the diseases that each blood type is most prone to so that you can take the preventative measures in your everyday life. First up is type A. Type A's naturally produce the least amount of stomach acid as compared to the other blood types. So therefore, type A's have to stick to a mostly vegetarian, pescatarian, or plant-based diet. Not having a lot of stomach acid means that they should not eat meat. Veering off of this path can cause health issues like candida yeast overgrowth, which is something that we see a lot in the medical field. A lot of people have issues with yeast. Type A's tend to have high cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone that our body naturally produces in response to stress to help us chill out. High cortisol levels, however, trap abdominal fat around your visceral organs and also contribute to diabetes. So if you're type A and you find it very difficult dealing with stressful situations, this is why. Or if you belong to one of these other blood types and you forced yourself on a plant-based, vegan, or vegetarian diet and suddenly you have issues dealing with stress, you're not eating right for your blood type. Low stomach acid also means that they have higher growth of the bacteria H. pylori, which is responsible for ulcers. And it also increases their risk of developing stomach or pancreatic cancer. It's very important for type A's to stick to a mostly vegetarian, plant-based, or pescatarian diet. And if they need to increase their stomach acid, a little bit of apple cider vinegar or pickled foods will help. If you're type A or you found this, there's some people out there that are wondering, well, what about Dr. Sebi and the alkaline vegan diet? And I too changed things in my diet to go along with Dr. Sebi's teachings. I have a theory that neither Dr. Sebi or Dr. Peter D. Adamo were wrong. What if they're both right? I have this theory that I want to show you guys. So I want you to watch this clip of Dr. Sebi, and then I'm going to come back and explain this map.
See, I am from Honduras. Yeah. He said, we cannot talk. I said, why? Because black folks doesn't come from Honduras.
Okay.
Maya come from Honduras. Maya and Paya and Lenca. Yeah. So where you from? Oh, I'm from Africa. Now we're talking. Now, because you are from Africa, do you believe that God was drunk when he put black people in Africa? I said, no. Well, do you believe that he put a diet there for you? I said, sure. And what's the diet?
Dr. Sebi taught about putting the African American and all peoples of the African diaspora back on the African diet. But I want you to look really closely at this map. This map has been out for some time now. This is the modern human variation distribution of blood types around the world. And this is of type O blood. Type O is the carnivore. And if we look at the map of Africa, only 60 to 70% of the population in a lot of the areas, 70 to 80% is type O. So now let's bring in the A and the B map. The alkaline vegan diet works best in the type A population. The distribution of the type A's is shown in this map here. And what do we see? Type A blood accounts for a much higher percentage of the population in Africa than in South, Central, and North America. I think this is the part of the story that they really don't want us to know. If you are melanated and have called yourself Black or African American or a part of the African diaspora, not all of your ancestors were actually from Africa. Some of them are indigenous to the Americas. Thus, why the alkaline vegan diet is not appropriate for every person that is melanated. I'm Empress Sankofa. In previous episodes, we've talked about the blood types, where they came from, foods for each blood type, and health issues they're more likely to encounter than other types. Now, we're going to put it together and incorporate the best way to exercise for your blood type. Moving your body is just important to your health as what you're eating. Without further ado, let's get into it. Type A, your ancestors were the farmers. They spent a lot of time farming, which is low intensity exercise. You too should stick to low intensity workouts. Going too hard can increase your cortisol levels, which could cause you to gain weight in your midsection and increase your stress levels, and can cause physical injuries because your body cannot handle the stress of high impact. Your muscles are not built for that. You should stick to workouts such as yoga, Pilates, isometric exercises, or going for a relaxing walk. Because you have the ABO gene, it is best for you to do most of your exercises indoors to minimize your exposure to environmental toxins in the air. Up next is type B.